Now, Donald Trump was back in court today in the US, this time for a civil fraud case, accused of exaggerating his assets and net worth in order to lower insurance premiums and get cheaper loans. Outside court, he was defiant as usual.
This is a continuation of the single greatest witch hunt of all time. We have a rogue judge. This has to do with election interference, plain and simple. They're trying to damage me so that I don't do as well as I'm doing in the election.
Look, this court routine and the reaction from Trump is sort of deja vu all over again, as they say, isn't it? I asked Kristin Tate how this is all playing out now in the US.
Look, Chris, I don't think it's having any impact on him politically at this point, or on the race politically. And it's because of what you just said that we've seen this all play out at this point dozens of times, it seems like. You know, the Democrats tell us all, oh, we've got Trump now, whether it's with an indictment or whether it's with an impeachment. They get the public all whooped up, and then nothing ends up happening. It's just a bunch of media headlines about how Trump is so bad. And people are so sick and tired of this. We all have fatigue. And this is all an effort by the Democrats to just make the entire election about Donald Trump bad, Orange Man bad, because they can't make this election a referendum on Joe Biden's record. It's abysmal. There's nothing for Joe Biden to run on. Joe Biden himself is barely alive at this point. I have no idea if the guy even has a pulse. So they need to make this election about Donald Trump, but it's just not working. The public are, they're sick and tired of it. It's like the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah, it's hard to see how they're going to sustain this for another year because, as you say, ho-hum, another court case, Donald Trump's opponents screaming at him and him being defiant. Meanwhile, he's campaigning. His popularity is soaring. Let's have a look at this little exchange in Iowa.
Awesome. You think Biden can do that? I don't think. I don't think.
Yeah, like signing your name on a tractor. Do you think Joe Biden could do that? And people laugh because he doesn't look like he's capable of even doing that.
But this is why people love Donald Trump. The guy is so likable. He's funny. I've had the pleasure of meeting him a few times, and he's always making jokes. He just seems so genuine. And he's actually very funny. And he's one of those people, he walks into a room and everybody looks at him. He's like a magnet. You can tell somebody important has arrived. People want to hear what he has to say, whether you love Trump or whether you hate Trump. And what's been so interesting about this election, Chris, is that going into this election season, everyone was saying Trump has a floor and he has a ceiling. He can't really get below a certain percentage because his followers will always stick with him, but he can't really get above a certain percentage because the never Trumpers and all the people who voted for Biden, they're not going to vote for him this time. We're starting to find out that may not actually be true. There are polls coming out now that show Trump with an advantage over Biden in a general election. I was just looking at a Washington Post ABC poll that had Trump up 10 points over Joe Biden. So it shows he actually does not really have a ceiling. He can keep going higher, especially as Joe Biden sees his approval ratings really sinking. And that's why the Democrats are so panicked and why I suspect they are looking to have Joe Biden removed and replaced with another candidate.
Yeah, because the point is that Donald Trump is so confident, he's so vibrant, he's so aggressive and lively, and the contrast with Joe Biden couldn't be clearer. Just have a look at this.
I hope this experience for the Speaker has been one of a personal revelation. I'm not being facetious. Anyway,